What could you possibly be doing in October? Nothing happens in October apart from Halloween.
A friend's stag do.
Oh. I expect to hear that something got wetted and it ain't going to be a baby's head, if you know what I mean.
No, I don't think his girlfriend's pregnant. That ain't going to happen to me. I'm going on a lad's holiday with like 20 other young, virile males. Oh, wait.
Maybe, yeah, I was going to say, maybe you can be like Brett Kavanaugh. And
it's going to be me, and Chad, and TJ.
We'd love to drink beer. I'm going to put it on my calendar.
President of the Ralph Club, 2018.
What was the... Oh.
Are you thinking of the word boofing?
Boofing, yeah, which means...
it means to break wind.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with drinking. No. Wasn't there another thing that was written down or said or something and it meant anal sex? Wasn't there another thing? There was those list of words that were just there, and it's like that means drinking. That means drinking. And that means drinking.
Was again another hilarious thing to see old white senators questioning an old white man about what does this slang term mean, and he's got that's a drinking game. That's a Devil's Triangle. That's a drinking game. I'm like, yeah, you can play it as a drinking game, but it's more commonly a combination of drink and other things.
Maybe you can, I don't know, one of the people can be used as a table to hold drinks on, but...
Oh. Yeah, because you get thirsty in the middle.
Yeah, you know.
You've been going for 15, 20 minutes, you're like, oh, parched. I could do with a beer.
Exactly. Like, oh, guys, let's just take 5. You know what we need to do? Devil's Triangle!
Which I believe is what one of the participants of a Devil's Triangle sounds like. I've been doing a lot of research into that particular aspect of his testimony.
No.
That's not true. I've not been researching Brett Kavanaugh at all.
Yeah, I think our days of researching politics are done. It just became too much of a farce. Like when the Onion became
when the Onion
inadvertent fact reporting.
when the Onion got out-onioned by the New York Times, that's when you got to stop.
Yeah,
you're like.
Yeah, it was a poor time for us to try and start up a current affairs podcast. You know, when we did, I regretted that decision. So we backed away. Like, oh no, we're good.
Maybe we could do that. I just another thought for an idea. Maybe we could do that as an idea. Like we could have Onion versus New York Times, or we just have read out the headlines.
Real?
Yeah. Which newspaper did this headline come from?
Oh man, yeah, that'd be a good idea. Pencil that down. So, yeah, looping back around.
Oh yeah, we're doing a quiz.
As I believe I mentioned, I aped a young Vic Reeves and performed in the club singer style. I will not do a version here. You've got to pay for it.
You've got to pay for it, but it is well worth the entry fee.
Yeah, and again, not to toot one's own...
I hear a trumpet.
I can't think of a wanky. Yeah, I was going to say I can't think of a wanky
way to say
wind instrument.
not to toot one's own clarinet. Not to blow one's own oboe.
Yeah, missus, you want to go my wanky wind instrument with me?
not to blow one's own euphonium.
Yes. Oh God, yes. Oh dear. But I felt like that was the bit which perhaps resonated best with people, with the close second being the Shakespearean lyrics of popular songs.
I think,
and I think
the club singer round resonated because you have to pay attention to you, and you're doing something objectively hilarious.
Yeah, and I'm also, for everyone, I was in someone's face.
You were completely in their face, and to begin with, you were also very obviously uncomfortable with what you were doing. Which, from my point of view, was hilarious.
It's, as with anything, the first few minutes where you have to acclimatise and decide if you're doing it
and
right.
And then, after that, you've just got to take the plunge and commit to doing it.
Exactly, just commit, go full bore, and just hope that they're ready.
And then, by the end of it, you've just got everybody on board. They're all enjoying the same experience.
They're wanting more, and I'm like, 5 minutes, respite.
I'm feeling a little bit exhausted right now.
Yeah.
I've given you all I can give right now.
I am not a machine.
Not anymore, I'm 31. Jeez, give me a break.
I know, come on. My God, my hips hurt from that. Oh,
yeah.
But yeah, those two, I feel, especially the Shakespearean, I feel had definite more punch when they were read out. I think that real, magnifique.
The performative quality of a quiz. Good repetitious sound there.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe we ditch the anagrams or make those screen based because they took up a lot of audience focus.
Yeah, they did. Well, we'll discuss this later and refine and perfect the idea for what was the date again? November the 28th. November 28th.
Good God, that would be a Wednesday.
That would be a Wednesday evening. What time do you reckon the pub quiz would usually start at the Stodfall Bar in Halifax on November 28th?
Good grief, I reckon around about the 7:30 p.m. mark.
All right, get there for about 15:15 to secure a table and get a pint in.
In fact, you know what? Get there a little bit earlier. Maybe spend a few little ducats on drinks.
Yes, yeah. Lubricate.
That's the new. That's the alcohol version of
lubricate. Like it. Also available from Durex condoms. Lubricate.
Oh, what have we got this?
The man. Peppermint and strawberry. What an odd combination.
Oh, they put a T-shirt in. I don't like the vinyl figure. Oh God, it needs to be wiped clean for a reason. Oh no.
I'm sure I saw something like this on Reddit. Do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think we plugged the quiz enough?
We're doing a quiz on the 28th of November. Yeah, I think we jammed it home pretty firm.
The only way to do so.
But yeah, since then there has also been another night of comedy.
Yes, that's right.
That was on the 26th of September, I think. But that one, logistically for me, was absolutely fucking awful this time.
Why so bad?
Because Heath's dead.
What?
So, what? That's like it's normally like a Joker meme. Why so mad? Right. And then like a searching. Okay, you can edit that bit out. But so obviously, you know, did you come to the first?
Came to the first. First two, I think.
Yeah. So this was the fourth one, and you know, the usual thing. Got 6 acts together, gave them all the stuff that they needed, one by one, including on the actual day. I had 4 of those acts drop out.
Well, that's just fine.
Yeah, luckily for me, I had a lot of interest in that night, so I could easily replace 3 of them. However, when the last one dropped out on the day, and he was going to be the headline act because he'd done quite a few gigs. By the way, if you can hear any noises, I do have the dog laying next to me. He just seems to be twitching, so I think he's dreaming about attacking other dogs. Yeah. So when the last guy dropped out, he was going to be headlining because he was, you know, good. It was just like, so he volunteered, like he said, I will try and get you a replacement act, and it just didn't come through. But luckily for me, one of the guys, it turned out not to be too lucky for him, but one of the guys actually had like another act that he did. So his kind of main comedy persona is called Saul Henry. I didn't query whether that was to do with anything, because that's not even his name.
Right.
That is just like, it's obviously just his comedy name. But then he also does another quote-unquote character called Paul R. Bear.
Right.
Now, guess what he does for that character?
Does he wear a bear costume?
You are 100% correct.
That's fantastic. Is it like a full
Yes.
coverage, 7 foot tall, massive bear costume?
Yes.
That's great.
Yes. Unfortunately, the usual photographer in Jolly the Bear, occasional wrestling correspondent, he could not make it, so there are no... there's no photographic proof, unfortunately. Which may be good or may be bad, because it was a really weird night. So originally, the intention was that because it was quite... I knew it was going to be a weird one. He'd sent me a video of him doing it. I was like, oh, this is a bit out there. So the intention was that the Paul R. Bear character would go on second, and the Saul character would go on fifth, fourth.
Later on,
I was going to put him on fifth.
Right.
However, because of traffic issues, he was there just as the night was starting. Well, just as the first act was going on, and so he just didn't have time to get changed. So Saul had to go on second, and I knew I didn't want...
You didn't want the
a
bear
guy
later
in a polar bear outfit going second last. So I was like, let's reassemble this. Let's put Paul R. Bear on fourth, and we'll take it from there. So just after the break. Now, the first 3 acts, there's a guy called Chris Jones who came from... Well, he's from Glasgow, but I think he'll be doing some gigs around Yorkshire, and I think this was kind of where he was finishing up. And he... I can tell that more experienced comedians aren't used to my style of like, yeah, just do what you want. Because at one point he turned to me and went, do you want me to stop now? I was like, whatever, just keep going. You're funny. It's cool. I'm not really about limits, man. You know,
this is very free. It's more about the jokes you're not telling. It's a free-form jazz kind of style stand-up night.
I mean, I think you're focusing too heavy on the punchlines. I'm really liking the build-ups. Maybe focus more on them. Like, we're not too bothered about getting a laugh. So yeah, let him do his thing, and that I think that must have been about 15 minutes. And then Saul came on, and his character was a little bit experimental anyway. So like some of his jokes, it was very much a tester, like routine for him, kind of like when we went and saw. Was it the same night? Was it the same night that I performed? No, I think it was a different night that I performed, wasn't it? Where the guy who did his Edinburgh test set. It was very similar to that, where he was kind of just sounding out jokes and getting opinions on them. It was maybe not the crowd for that, because there were some middle-class jokes in there, and that Halifax crowd is not that crowd. And the third act was a guy who I was on a bill with in Morley for a charity gig.
Yes.
Did I can't remember. In the last podcast we did, was that before or after I did the charity gig? I can't remember.
I think it was just before, because I don't remember you talking about it. I know it was around the same kind of time.
Just a brief background of that Morley gig. I got a medal and a laminated certificate for doing comedy.
Oh.
That is my comedy peak. Like, I'm not going to get higher.
It's
than
all
that.
downhill from there, yeah.
But I don't think I'll ever get a medal again. Engraved with my name on it.
Really?
Like,
that's pretty sweet.
Yeah. I mean, the night, I kind of died. Like, it wasn't good. But it wasn't a bad death. It was just kind of a really horrible
It wasn't a bad death. It was just slow and painful.
Yeah, when your amp is, I think it was like a 9-watt amp, which was battery powered and had a Bluetooth receiver in it. It was literally one of those like guitar amps, which are sort of clip on.
Nice.
I was like, this ain't going to go well. And it was filled with middle-aged to older women. I was like, oh God, I cannot do any of the jokes I have written for tonight. I cannot do a single one. But I wanted to be the first act on because of that. Because I need an escape. I need to know that I can. If
needed,
I die,
I can get out of here.
I can go. I can just leave. I'm not waiting around finding out how this crowd are. I know, and I'm getting out. I did finish on the joke, which I've told before. I can't remember if you were there when I did it. It might not have been, but there's a bit I do, which is essentially, I want you to think about this last thing, and it is, basketball is called basketball because you put a ball in a basket. Baseball, it's called baseball because you hit a ball, you run around bases. Football is called football because you kick a ball with your foot. American football is called American football because Americans are stupid. So, think about this. Why isn't boxing called fisting? And that was the joke I left them with.
Yeah.
And I kind of got away with it. But enough about how terrible I am at comedy.
Let's go back to how great you are at hosting comedy nights.
Yeah. I'm good at comedy when I know I don't have to try. So there's a guy there who I met who was called Sam Judd. And he is in a wheelchair. He's got cerebral palsy. And it's obviously like it's full body affected. He's not really got any movement and he can't speak. But very reminiscent of Lost Voice guy, who is quite big right now. He does have effectively a talk box, a computer, which is his voice and which he talks through. And when I saw him, he went on. I think he was 3rd or 4th on the Morley night, and he killed it. Like, he was amazing. And as soon as I saw him, like, and how well he was doing, I was like, I need to get you in Halifax. I need to get you here. And so, you know, I talked to him on Facebook and stuff. And originally I was going to be booking him for October or November, but with everybody falling out,
you had to get somebody.
He was literally the first person I went to. I said I wanted to get you in October, but short term, can I get you in to do this? And he was down for it. And he on the night he killed it. I put him on 3rd, so kind of main event in the first half. And again, he was just amazing. And what's really interesting about him, in comparison to Lost Voice guy, because I kind of did this on the night as well. I don't want to rag on Lost Voice guy because I'm sure he does write all his own material.
Right.
But what he does is effectively push play on an iPad and kind of gesticulate. Whereas with Sam, the reason I was so impressed is I literally, like, on the first night I met him, I was watching his screen and he physically types out his jokes and then submits them to be said. Right,
okay.
So he can...
So he can have audience interaction and...
Exactly. He could, if he wanted to. It obviously wouldn't be a quip. He can't do it very fast, but he can potentially do audience interaction. He is not just... He is kind of recycling. He has a set. He did a lot of the same jokes, but it's not just something that he's just going, oh, I wrote all this previously, I can do that, there we go. He is literally typing out, and he's got like a, not an autofill, predictive text. So effectively like you get on your phone where you start typing PROB, and it'll say, oh, probably. Yeah, that he has that on his screen as well, so he can
type quite quickly then.
Yeah, so it's maybe a few seconds gap between, but he can write it all out, and just literally watching him do that and the reaction he gets, it is really, really cool, and I'm really happy I could get him on. And I'm also really, really angry that he's so much funnier than me. It pisses me off. These fucking... And I bet he's on disability as well. Ugh, the thieving bastard.
Surely that's a good thing that the acts you're getting the night that you're hosting are really good, though, right? You want them. You want them to be funny.
Yeah.
It makes you look better.
So we got to yeah, so we got the first act. It was Chris. He did his thing. Saul did his thing. And then Sam did his thing. Killed it. And then there was about, a normal 20-minute break. Now, during that 20-minute break, we have the table of regulars, who are a group of women who turn up and normally just enjoy the comedy. 3 of them maybe had a few too many of the old drinkies. And it was the first time since we've been doing it that there was kind of... it wasn't really heckling. It was just... I don't know how you would describe it. But it was just noise. Just yelling and just their own conversations happening like properly, like right in front of acts.
Right. So it wasn't just unwanted interaction. It was just talking over, like just not paying attention.
Sometimes it was just like literally yelling at the comedian. So naturally, what is really good to try and calm down 3 drunk women? Oh, a guy in a polar bear suit. Oh, God. Yeah, it was definitely that point that I wished he'd have got there earlier. Because I was just like, this isn't... Oh, this is going to go downhill.
Did it go about as well as you expected?
Yeah, pretty much. And what was worse was that obviously we use the wireless mics. So he had to put the mic inside the bear head.
Inside the bear's mouth.
And yeah, even with the volume cranked up, it was really hard to hear him. They were yelling, "Oh my God, why is there a bear here? Oh, I'm freaking out." And various other drunk things. And so that was, a thing. And then with the 5th act, he was slightly, obviously, more able to control things. I mean, I did what I could to kind of try and control them, but I'm still fairly new. So my control, effectively, was going over to them, grabbing their hands and putting them over their own mouths. That was, and just going to them, shh, maybe be quiet for a bit now. So the next act, he was kind of doing bits to try and shush them, but then we were just sort of not invaded, but we had a group of male cyclists just, coming in to start drinking.
Amazing. Please tell me that they were all in their lycra.
They were all in their lycra.
So good.
But luckily we could work it in to become part of the night. So they came in kind of one by one, as they were sorting their bikes. So every time one of them came in, big cheer. And the guy at the time doing his set, really, really well done. Kind of worked it in. Obviously, the first guy who got in and got to the bar, he was like, "Wait, mate, you were first. Well done." And, second person, second, third person, third. Trust me, it was funny on the night. It made sense and was really good. But then, once that was done, luckily those cyclists coming in kind of distracted the drunks.
Right.
So he wasn't too affected. But then the last guy, the headliner, really good comedian called Howard Anstock. He started trying to do his set, but then they were just doing their thing. So he was just savaging them. Oh God. Probably like I may put it on par with me like a Doug Stanhope level of kind of just being able to try and shut somebody down just by being horrible about them and stuff. But not kind of going beyond. And then when they're just not paying attention, playing that to the rest of the room about how, when you're making fun of someone and they don't even know you're making fun of them. This is the position I am in right now. But to be fair, at the end of the night, all the acts that were remaining were just like, that was actually really good. Howard especially said, that was really good for me because I've never done a 20-minute set. This was just over 20 minutes because of that. I also didn't know how well I could sort of deal with
not aggressive.
Yeah.
Hostile.
Not becoming not becoming too involved with them and still being able to interact with the rest of the audience. And it turned out they enjoyed it. Like, for me, it was horrible because I was like, oh God, it's all gone wrong. But yeah, it was a fun night is maybe how I would classify it. We'll go with fun. Yeah. Different.
Yeah, it
different.
Was fun. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. So this the next night is on the 17th of October, which is a Wednesday. Yeah, and it starts at 7:30.
About 7:30, you say, on a Wednesday?
Yeah, and it's Stodfold. You might have heard of it. It's in Halifax.
Is that that's a bar in Halifax, isn't it? The Stodfold?
Yeah,
Stodfold Bar, Halifax, right.
Yeah, Stodfold Bar in
Wednesday
Halifax.
What was it? Wednesday the 17th of October. Right.
Yeah. But this one, I've got 5 return acts because they were the ones that applied. This one was really hard to get acts for some reason. Apparently October is a comedy month. November, I've already got people wanting gigs for November. Right. October, I was like, oh, does anybody feel like 1-to-1 me physically going, do you want a gig? How about, I mean, I mentioned it in a group. Do you
actually want to do it?
Do you you feeling like it? So yeah, I'm hoping that will go down well. I've already got who it's very similar to the August lineup. Actually, there's 3 of the same acts. One of them is the guy who kind of died on that night, so I'm hoping he'll do better. The other one is the headliner of that night, so I know that'll be fine. Although the headliner of that night has also started up his own comedy night, and I'm like, oh, boo you. Boo you, but do you need an MC? Because I can do that. And then the other person who's come back is August was one that you didn't come to, wasn't it? So there was
I didn't come to August one.
There was an older woman called Ruth who I did my first comedy training with, and she was like the owner of the bar, Chris. He's so far she's been his favourite. So
she's coming back.
She's coming back. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, we'll see how October goes, and fingers crossed. I've actually started the girls, they're not girls, they're in their 20s at best, and definitely not at worst. They started friend requesting me on Facebook, so I've obviously just messaged them saying, hey, maybe after the comedy is when you do the bulk of your drinking this time. Maybe.
Whoa, already.
Maybe her.
Well,
also bikini pictures.
No,
oh no.
Did you not just
fine? Okay.
They not got an album called Mallorca 2016.
No, already.
Of course you have.
Come on, duh.
We've been over at Facebook perving before. Yeah,
exactly. We know it's done. Yeah. Other than that, I'm feeling in a good place with the comedy.
Oh, good.
I'm feeling like I feel like my groove now is being a host. I don't know. I don't have the urge to kind of go do another open mic night because I don't know. I just feel like I'm kind of going out of my way. If there was one closer by, I'd maybe try doing it. But I don't know. At the minute, I just don't have the I don't have that urge to get out there and do a solid 10 minutes or anything. I'm just like, no, I'll go on. And I'll wing it, and that seems to be working for me.
And you're enjoying just having a go. Just get out there and speak in your mind.
Just interacting with people. I mean, I could do that. I tried to do that in Morley. Wow. They were not interactive. Yeah. That's why I feel like maybe as a host, that's more expected of you. Because you're not going in with a set. Your goal is warm the audience up, interact with them.
Yeah.
Whereas when you're a comedian, it's not no, you just do 10 minutes of stuff you wrote down.
Yeah.
I don't want you talking to me. Don't you try that. So, but I might, maybe I'll put some feelers out and be like, hey, I already do some hosting anyway. Why not get me hosting your night?
Why don't I come and host for you as well? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty all right. I feel I've found my niche. Drunk people. I found a really good way to control them, guys. All you got to do is physically restrain them. It's super effective.
Is it super effective?
It was super effective as long as I held their hand there. What's good for the goose is I can't finish that sentence.
I was wondering where you were going with that. Yeah.
Perhaps a mixed metaphor was going to happen, but I gave up on it halfway through.
Okay then. Well, there you go. So I think that's sufficiently covered the stand-up update portion of the podcast.
Stand-up update. Cease transmission.
That's right. We didn't have a jingle for it this year. This year.
Well, what I'll do, I'll just do one now, and you'll edit that bit out and put it at the beginning. So, mommy. Stand up update. Newsflash.
All right. So
take that for free.
Get to use that at the beginning. Was that newsflash?
Newsflash. Yeah. Hot button. Drunk people. Polar bear.
Yeah, drunk people. Polar bear kind of sums it up.
Yeah. Do we have any other
business?
Touchstones. Any
other business to attend to? I don't know.
Oh,
do we?
Oh, actually, maybe just bugging this on the end of stand-up update. I can't remember if I told you this. The Disney classics, pun-based things. Did we cover that in a podcast before?
I think we talked about. I think you mentioned that they died.
Oh yeah, they died. They died horribly, horribly. Okay, don't bother putting that. That's fine. We will gloss over that.
Did the Pixar ones live?
Yeah. Put that on the. No more.
We're not going to talk about that.
Nope. But what I'm now toying with.
Have you got another idea? Go on.
Is I don't have my scribblings here with me, so I can't recite it off the top of my head. But maybe what about in between acts?
Yeah.
What if I do nursery rhymes, but with like a comedy twist? That's what I'm thinking.
So you're thinking like reciting nursery rhymes?
Yeah, so like just spinning some nursery rhymes, but just maybe putting a surreptitious underlay on the carpet
on the carpet of
nursery rhymes.
Surreptitious underlay.
I'm reaching now. Oh, when I record for over an hour, my mind. Oh.
It does wonder. I think that could work quite well if it was just like a non sequitur, like when the person finished their set and they've finished the round of applause. If you did like a very brief nursery rhyme and then with no introduction, just like whatever it was, and then carry on interacting with the audience.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Oh, good.
Just literally cut in nursery rhyme, and then just treat it as if it hadn't happened, and then just carry on with the me and you, we are on the same length of waves.
Mm-hmm.
Which could be good, could be bad. I don't know who it says more about.
I think it reveals a lot about us both in a potentially poor manner.
Very, very much so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Any other?
I don't think I have any other business apart from a need to go and pee. I don't really have any other business.
Need to go pee. Excellent. So
good to share that with you all.
That urinary note.
Yep.
We shall say goodbye to many people who will be listening.
Of course.
Thank you. If you came here from Twitter, thanks for taking me up on the offer of listening.
Yes.
Please recommend it to your friends, and if you didn't like it, then recommend us to your enemies instead. Hopefully you have more of those.
Yes.
Listens are listens.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care if you're a bad person. If Brett Kavanaugh listens to this, that's cool. I just want to listen. And maybe it'll make him think twice. Bad Brett Kavanaugh.
About what?
Bad.
What would it make him think twice about? It doesn't seem like he thinks once.
It's because he just likes beer so damn
He just
much.
can't control himself. Because I like beer. Like beer. I like beer so much.
I like beer so much.
Oh, the poor entitled white man. Does he have to fight for a job application? Oh.
I didn't think there'd be an interview.
I'll be sad when he gets the job.
Yeah. Inevitably.
Like having just done interviews for a position of slight authority in my own place of work, watching his interview where he just got surly and angry at people, I don't see how anybody can offer him a job, like, at all.
Definitely is it FOB? It's still
What?
termed
FOB.
FOB. Oh, sorry, FUB. File under bin.
File under bin.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah.
Yeah, look, that's it. Imagine, someone, not to, I will allow you to urinate at some point, but, imagine someone's going for an interview with you for a position of supervisor, assistant manager, whatever, and then,
if they go from
in their interview, they just say, I just really like beer.
And if they go from crying about it to being angry and shouting at me about it in the space of 10 minutes about how much they like beer and making notes in their calendar, and I can't believe I have to do this. Are you insane?
Yeah. Oh. So, question number 2. Explain a time when you displayed excellent customer service. There's one time when I was behind a bar serving beer.
Can you give any examples of when you've had to deal with a difficult situation at work and how you overcame that? You cried on national television and then yelled at state senators. Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brett.
We'll
call you. Thanks.
Yeah. Next applicant, Chad. Oh, you really like beer too, huh?
I sense a theme.
Anyway. I'm sure justice will prevail.
I'm sure the world will keep turning.
Yeah, world will keep turning. Comedy will keep happening.
Yeah.
And quizzes will be planned for November the 28th. That's a Wednesday.
Wednesday, November 28th.
Yeah. That's at where is it at? Where is it?
Some bar in Halifax, I think. Some Stodfold bar.
Stodfold bar in Halifax. 28th of November, a Wednesday. Shooting bars hosted by the Neanderthals.
I heard that one. If you can't get enough, if you can't get enough of us on podcast, come see us live.
You can touch us, and we probably won't.
I'll probably be okay with it.
Yeah, I wear braces.
Are you going to wear the braces again?
I'm wearing. That's my quiz uniform.
The ones that
doesn't matter what else I'm wearing. Even if I'm wearing a t-shirt and jeans, I'm going to wear the braces and the bow tie.
The braces that cut you in twain.
Yeah, man. Perhaps being left on one other note, guys. If you have not worn braces since you were, in single digits, wow, relearn. Oh, relearn. My mum had to do them then. Learn what to do with braces.
Learn how to untighten them.
Yeah, good God, man. Camel tail was everywhere that night for the first bit. Oh,
it was an unseemly Simon Cowell impression. It was not.
Yeah.
Not to your advantage.
No, not good. Not good. On that cheese wire note.
Yeah, we'll finally call an end to it.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Wipe a tear, baby dear, from your eye.
Glorious! No, I won't give in till I'm victorious. And I will defend.
Now you do a thing.
No, I was just remembering the last time that you sang that at the end of a podcast, and it was about something else entirely. It was about wiping a tear from the end of your penis.
Well, you know.
I was hoping you were going to loop back to it.
No. I was hoping you weren't going to mention it.
Well, I can just edit it out.
True. Bye.